Welcome to the Columbus Division of Fire Recruit Graduation, class of June 9th, 2014. My name is Jim Sanson, Captain of Recruit Training. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 101st Recruit Class.
Chief Fellows, sir! On behalf of the entire recruit training staff, it's my honor to present to you a graduation of recruit class of June 9th, 2014.
Thank you, Lieutenant Fulcher.
Thank you, sir.
We will now have the presentation of colors by the Columbus Fire Honor Guard.
Detail, halt, left, face.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Order, arms.
Recruit flag! Order! Arms!
Right, face. Forward, march.
I will now introduce Father Leo Conley for the invocation.
Let us pray. Lord God, we gather for this assembly, which is made sacred by the presence of your people and by your presence, and most especially the presence of our new recruits, whom we have gathered to take their oath of office and to begin their duties as firefighters in the Division of Fire for the Columbus Division of Fire. We ask that you bless this gathering with the presence of your Spirit, that we may always remember who we have called to be, people who are public servants in many capacities. Watch over us, watch over what we do. May we always appreciate that sacred calling that is each of ours. We ask this in your most holy name. Amen.
Please be seated.
Recruit firefighters! Take seats!
We are fortunate today to have several distinguished guests to celebrate the graduation with us. First, Mayor Michael B. Coleman, City Council President Andrew Ginther, City Council Safety Chair Zachary Klein, Public Safety Director George Speaks, City Attorney Richard Pfeiffer, City Auditor Hugh Dorian, Local 67 Firefighters Union President Battalion Chief Jack Reel, the Columbus Fire Assistant Chiefs, Assistant Chief Carrie Ellis, Assistant Chief Kent Cyril, Assistant Chief David Walden, and Assistant Chief David Whiting, also Deputy Chief James Davis, and Battalion Chief of Training Sean Devlin. Regretfully, Fire Chief Gregory A. Paxton was unable to attend the ceremony due to an illness, but he would like to express his sincere congratulations to the 101st class of the Columbus Division of Fire. He wishes each of you great success as you start out in this new endeavor with the Columbus Division of Fire. Acting on his behalf is Assistant Chief Carrie Ellis today. We ask that any veterans or active military members please stand up to be recognized. We also ask that any firefighters from outside the city of Columbus, any retired Columbus firefighters, any EMS personnel, or any law enforcement officers, please stand for recognition. We would also like to recognize the school districts present this morning for their diligent work in preparing these young men to be lifelong learners. 18 of our graduates are from local school districts. If there's any representatives, please stand today. It is my honor to now introduce Mayor Michael B. Coleman for remarks.
Good morning, everyone. These 34 new firefighters will be admitted into the greatest and the best division of fire in all of this nation. How do I know that? Because I know these men and women well. During my administration, I have graduated 642 firefighters into this division, which represents a little less than the half of the entire division of fire during my 16 years. And you know, I didn't know, I had forgotten that last night, that today was another great class that was coming through to graduation. And when you're mayor as long as I am, and by the way, this is my last graduating class, even though we have one coming in June, they don't graduate till early next year. You are my last class, so you better not mess up. But I had forgotten that we had a graduation today when I went to bed. And I've been mayor so long, you know, you just sort of instinctively know. You ever have those dreams that just wakes you up? You have a dream. What did I say? You ever have a dream that just wakes you up? Well, this morning, my dream just woke me up out of bed. I jumped up out of bed. And I had a dream of Lieutenant George Fulcher yelling at me, left, right, left, right. Where's Lieutenant George Fulcher? Where is he? Come up here, come up here. I heard his voice, I got up, I got dressed, and I got here 10 minutes early this morning. The first time ever I've gotten here this early. And the rumor is that you're retiring this year. And this is your last class as well. Congratulations. Everybody standing ovation. Come out here, come out here. So even though I won't be at your next graduation, for the next class, I know that morning I'll wake up once again with Lieutenant George Fulcher yelling at me, standing over me, pointing at me with that big mustache, scaring the hell out of me. Congratulations. You know, our Division of Fire truly is one of the best in the nation. It is one of the few that is internationally accredited. You've gone through some tough training over these past many weeks, great sacrifices, so that you can become great. Physically fit, mentally prepared, and spiritually ready to take on the challenges that face you ahead. During one PT session, you ran up enough stairs to reach the tallest building in the world, in Dubai. 2,717 feet up in the air, plus 37 additional floors, 163 floors, unbelievable. This class is tough. It's the first class to go through a more rigorous curriculum that demanded a higher reading level and a greater understanding of the material to complete the course. That means you're better educated. You're ready. And speaking of education, we have Dr. Dan Good here. Dr. Good, stand up, Superintendent of Columbus Public Schools. So we're taking a lesson from you, Dr. Good, and this class is more knowledgeable, better prepared, and ready to serve. They learn the science of fire, because there is a science to that. And learning that science to fire will save lives, save property, and save the lives of these firefighters. They learn the strategy of teamwork, Teamwork's important in every fire. It's not one man or woman. It's everybody working as a team to put out that fire, save that life, save that property, and save themselves in the process. It takes everybody working together, a partnership of sorts. And then they learn the importance of public service, which is probably the most important thing you can learn. The passion, the reason why you're in this, why you're such a great civil servant, because you believe and have a passion in serving the public that's around you. I want to thank the families who have endured over these past many weeks for these folks getting ready, because I know you sacrificed as well. You worked with them as well. It was as if you were running those stairs like your spouse or your son or your daughter themselves. So I'm proud of all of you. You're the 101st. And I thank you for your commitment to serve. And I look forward to seeing you out in our streets, in our neighborhoods, doing what you have been taught to do with the best division of fire in the entire nation. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor Coleman, and thank you for your being part of the ceremony for over 600 firefighters for the City of Columbus. It is now my honor to introduce City Council President Andrew Ginther.
Good morning, everyone, and on behalf of Columbus City Council and a grateful community, I offer congratulations to all of the graduates of the 101st Fire Class. Today, the banner was raised, and we can truly say, Class 101, second to none. You've undergone the best training in America, and now you're part of the best division of fire in America. Very few people are equipped to handle the physical, mental, and emotional strain you have endured to reach this moment, let alone the hard work and sacrifice that lie ahead. And as a result, very few people will ever know the satisfaction you will feel each and every day as you answer a higher call to service to your community. To the families and friends of these new firefighters, I want to say thank you. You are as much a part of making Columbus a strong and safe community as these men in uniform. And to all of our Columbus firefighters, as you go forward, I hope you will draw strength from your loving families and friends, from your brothers and sisters in service, and from the community you serve. To each of you, I extend to you my sincere gratitude, appreciation, and commitment. And always remember that no matter who you report to, you work for the people of Columbus. The people of Columbus stands behind you, supports you, and will ensure that you have the tools and training you need, not only to do your jobs, but just as important, to return home safely at the end of your shift to your loving families. You are the pride of our city. We wish you well and pray for your safety. May God's blessing shine upon you and give you and your families the peace, comfort, courage, and strength to cope with the challenges that lie ahead. God bless the Division of Fire, God bless the City of Columbus, and God bless America. Congratulations.
Thank you, Council President Ginther. It is now my honor to introduce City Council Safety Chair, Zachary Klein.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Zach Klein. I chair the Safety Committee on the Columbus City Council. Congratulations. I don't need to tell you all how important and tough your job is. I had a taste of how tough it was about 18 months ago. The union president, Jack Reel, and members of the training academy brought me down and some members of my staff to go through a one-day training that was a little snippet of everything that you do for a career. Now, I didn't get the Fulcher treatment, because if I would have, I probably would have went home crying like the mayor. But I got a taste of how tough it is to be a Columbus firefighter. And what I learned that day, and the valuable lesson that I took back to City Hall, is how important it is for us to invest in your safety and your training, because you represent the city of Columbus and we value your service. When members of the city of Columbus interact with folks, they often think of like, well, I talked to Mayor Coleman or I talked to a member of council. But reality, the faces of Columbus are the men and women of public safety. It's everyone sitting here. It's everyone that sits at the training academy for the police department. Y'all interact with the city of Columbus more than we ever will. And we thank you for your service and we thank you for representing us so well. And to the families that hold their breath every time that your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend leave the house to go on duty, know that I think of making sure that they're safe so that they return home to you, because that is my #1 priority. Because when I'm running out because my house is on fire, they're running in. And it's up to us to ensure that they come home safely to you. So thank you for your sacrifice, and God bless Columbus.
Thank you, Councilman Klein. It is now my honor to introduce Public Safety Director George Speaks.
The oath that you're about to take is far more than ceremony. It's far more than mere pageantry. Oaths date back thousands of years, when soldiers would pledge their loyalty to a general. Citizens would pledge their loyalty to a king or an emperor. Our founding fathers placed great significance in oaths. In fact, if you look at the United States Code, Statute 1, Chapter 1, the very first law that the Continental Congress enacted is entitled An Act to Administer Oaths. However, our founding fathers made a significant departure from the oaths of ancient times. The oath that President Washington took in 1789, the oath that President Obama took in 2013, and the oath that you are about to take are essentially the same and uniquely American due to 3 principles. First, you will solemnly swear or affirm. This recognizes you take the utmost responsibility for your actions as a firefighter. Second, unlike the oaths made in ancient times, you will not pledge to support a king or an emperor. Rather, you will support the ideas and values embedded in our Constitution and our laws. Third, you will pledge to faithfully discharge your duties. Adhere to your training, place public service above self, and your sacred oath will be fulfilled. Lieutenant Fulcher, call the troops to attention.
Recruit firefighters! Attention!
If you are willing to abide by the uniquely American principles and duties contained within the oath, then raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Daniel Arnold.
I, David Bacon II. I, Timothy Belcher.
I, Ryan Burke.
I, Daniel Blanchard.
I, Brian Boone. I, Shane Brotherman.
I, Aaron Britt. I, Michael Cantor.
I, Anthony DeSantis. I, Daniel DeCesar.
I, Brandon Dutton.
I, William Evans.
I, Jay France. I, William Greenwald. I, Ian Henson.
I, Morton Jones Jr.
I, Edward Levin.
I, Jack Lyon.
I, Anthony Margello. I, Kyle Mertz.
I, Frank Gill Jr.
I, Sean O'Donnell. I, Christopher Phillip.
I, Elvin Pinckney.
I, Aaron Richnowski. I, Jonathan Snyder. I, Michael Thiel.
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the State of Ohio
of the State of Ohio
and the laws and ordinances of
and the laws and ordinances of
the City of Columbus
the City of Columbus
and the rules and regulations of
and the rules and regulations of
the Department of Public Safety,
the Department of Public Safety,
Division of Fire,
Division of Fire,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of
discharge the duties of
the Office of Firefighter,
the Office of Firefighter,
Division of Fire,
Division of Fire,
Department of Public Safety,
Department of Public Safety,
City of Columbus,
City of Columbus,
Columbus, Ohio,
Columbus, Ohio,
to which I have been appointed
to which I have been appointed
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Mayor Coleman, President Ginther, Councilman Klein, it is my honor to present to you our newest Columbus firefighters. Congratulations.
Firefighters, take seats.
Thank you, Director Speaks. It is now my honor to introduce Assistant Chief Carrie Ellis.
Mayor Coleman, Director Speaks, Council President Ginther, City Council Safety Chair Klein, distinguished city officials, Local 67 President Jack Reel, firefighters, and families. It's a distinct honor to stand here today on behalf of Fire Chief Greg Paxton, who's ill and as Captain Sanson remarked, sends his congratulations and best wishes. I find it very humbling to watch you graduate and join the ranks of firefighters who protect this great city as my career winds down to a close. When I asked you this morning how many of you were born after 1980, about 2/3 of you raised your hands. That year, 1980, when I was appointed to the Fire Academy, a young man from Toledo, Ohio graduated from law school. While I was a captain, he began serving as a city councilman. When I was a battalion chief, he was city council president. While I was a deputy chief, he was elected mayor, and for all 14 years that I've been an assistant chief, Michael Coleman has been the mayor of Columbus, Ohio. His support for public safety has always been a priority, and while we have not gotten everything we asked for, his support and that of our city council has made us arguably the best fire department in the nation. When he sings the mantra that Columbus is the best place in the country to work, live, play, and raise a family, the Columbus Fire Division, along with our brothers and sisters of the Police Division, are a big part of making that come true. Thank you, Mayor Coleman. We have arguably the best training academy and the best training academy staff. We have the best apparatus. It's not hard to go to any other big city and look and compare and know that we're light years ahead. We have the best equipment of any major department in the nation. Many of our new stations are much more comfortable than some I've worked in my career. And I know some of the retired people in here probably remember some of those too, like old Station 11 that had sulfuric well water that you had to shower in. But don't get me wrong, the new apparatus, equipment, and facilities that our city officials have provided us with are great, but it's not the equipment, the apparatus, the facilities, or the instructors that make us the best. It's you. It's you guys sitting right out here right now, and the rest of the Columbus Fire family of firefighters and officers that truly make us a great fire division. Are we perfect? No. Are we constantly improving? Yes. And today, you get to be part of the team. As of a few minutes ago, you switched roles from recruit to firefighter. Beginning Monday, many of you will report to work at a fire station for the first time, and on that very first day, which, by the way, they're predicting 4 to 6 inches of snow and a high of 18. Have fun. You may be dispatched on a working fire with people trapped. Boy, that is the one that always gets your heart rate up and going. Could be a cardiac arrest or a hazmat run, an auto accident, or any other thing that citizen on the other end of that phone, they can only think that you're the only ones that can handle their situation, and they call for your help. You've been well trained to handle these incidents, and you will learn much more as your career progresses. Work hard, train hard, and enjoy your time as a Columbus firefighter. I wish you the very best career you can possibly have. Thank you.
Thank you, Assistant Chief Ellis. We will now have the presentation of badges by Mayor Michael Coleman, Public Safety Director George Speaks, and Assistant Chief Carrie Ellis. As the recruits come forward, we please invite the families to come up to the stage, take a picture, enjoy the moment. They've spent 34 weeks for this moment, so please, let's hear your applause and cheers for the firefighters as well. Daniel Arnold. David Baker. Timothy Belcher. Ryan Burt. Daniel Blanchard. Brian Boone. Shane Brintlinger. Aaron Britt. Michael Canner. Anthony Diacentis. Daniel DeCesar. Brandon Dutton. William Evans. Jay France. William Greenwalt. Ian Henchen. Morgan Jones, Jr. Edward Levin. Jack Lyon. Anthony Margello. Kyle Mers. Frank Neal, Jr. Sean O'Donnell. Christopher Phillip. Elvin Pinkney. Aaron Richnovsky. Jonathan Snyder. Michael Thiel. Joseph Varga. Alexander Vogel. Derek Walton. Gardner Watkins. William Witcher IV. Joseph Zarbaugh. It is now my honor to introduce the class speaker, Firefighter Elvin Pinkney.
Good morning, everyone. Captain Sanson wanted me to employ the 3 B's while I'm up here. Be brief, be blunt, and be gone. I would like to say that it is not only an honor to speak on behalf of this group of firefighters, but to be a part of this group of firefighters was an honor and a privilege within itself. Before I get to our thanks, I would like to address the great loss this department suffered recently. An individual that we had the pleasure of working with who was an inspiration to us all. The ancient Egyptians taught us that we are not just in history, we are history. And given that, every day we make a donation to eternity, and even 1 hour is a contribution to the future. Long live the loving memory of the late, great firefighter Brandon O'Keefe. We would like to thank our mayor, Michael B. Coleman, for his support. And Mayor Coleman, we would like to thank you for the great job you have done for our city while in office. And we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. We would like to thank Fire Chief Gregory A. Paxton, Assistant Chief Kerry Ellis, who was able to be with us today, other assistant chiefs, dignitaries, administration, and the U.S. Armed Forces who have fought and are still fighting for our freedom. Next, we would like to thank our families and friends who have supported us and helped us along this incredible journey. We would especially like to thank our wives, fiancés, and girlfriends who have endured 7.5 challenging months, picking up our slack at home with our children, households, and listening to our complaints, offering comforting words of support, and sometimes providing a healthy dose of reality to keep us grounded and keep things in perspective. We know that at times, it was as tough, stressful, and frustrating on you as it was on us. Words cannot express our true appreciation, but know that we realize for many of us, this achievement would not have been possible without you. Next, we would like to thank our recruit command staff, led by Battalion Chief Devlin and Captain Sanson. An A-team of no-nonsense, hardcore experts were assigned with the hefty task of transforming a group of men into life-saving firefighting machines. Though we didn't think they liked us or cared about us at all in the beginning, because of the abundant amounts of spontaneous, merciless, relentless PT, sending us home many days barely able to walk. but they managed to slowly allow their unique, careful, playful personalities to surface. Professor Warren Bennis says leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. This group of officers and firefighters definitely showed that. Command staff, we thank you for your commitment, for your dedication, for your sacrifice, and for believing in us. It is to your success that we sit here among you today. We have had some fun, but as I'm sure many of you know, this academy is no easy triumph. We started with 40 and are 34 strong today. Thanks to firefighter Jim Ferris, the machine himself, we have run roughly 750 miles, done tens of thousands of push-ups, burpees, pull-ups, dips, mountain climbers, leg lifts, done thousands of 8-count bodybuilders, dive bombers, and climbed countless miles of stairs, at times with 80 pounds of fire gear on and tools. Not to mention the 6,000 pages of textbook material that we have read, studied, and been thoroughly tested on. I would like to recognize our brother firefighter, Chris Phillips, who showed his interpersonal discipline and determination in a tough spot, accomplished what he needed to continue this journey with us, and I am proud to sit next to him today. On June 9th, strangers gathered in classroom A at the training facility. The recruit commanders talked about these strangers becoming best friends and creating bonds for life. Though at that time it was questioned, they were exactly right. On the training grounds, where our recruit commanders, faced with the task of turning a group of construction workers, collection agents, prison guards, bounty hunters, heating and cooling agents, warehouse workers, health inspectors, and even a police officer, into axe-swinging, search and rescuing, blaze mitigating, ladder throwing, pump operating firefighters. Most of us had the conceptual idea how our new job responsibilities were done, but had no idea how much hard work had to go into developing these skills and techniques to make them efficient, or the blood, sweat, and agony necessary to earn the respect from our recruit commanders. One of the biggest learning experiences was the removal of selfishness and understanding that our actions directly benefit our fellow firefighters, and it is to their success that determines the success of the Columbus Division of Fire. It was through the pain, discipline, and increasing expectation that a bond began to form among us. This bond manifests itself into a brotherhood that became so strong that before every assignment and every evolution, before every hose line was advanced into a structure, whether on fire or not, you would look around at those that were counting on you and that you were counting on, and you would say to yourself, I am my brother's keeper, and I would not let him down. The days grew longer. From PT to the classroom to the training ground, it became evident that there is no progress without compromise and no victory without sacrifice. Our tasks grew more complex, and instruction became more detailed, and the yelling by our recruit commanders got louder, yet seemed more purpose-driven. As our skills and tactical developments began to elevate, it was clear that the efforts put forth by our commanders and the many officers and firefighters that came down here to teach and instruct us were part of a strategic, strict, methodical program that was showing signs of success. And this was not just for firefighting, this also incorporated our EMT program. While some of us were familiar with the medical field and our responsibilities, many of us were not. Thanks to instructor Josh Tilton and his skilled staff of instructors, along with our profound EMS officers and medics, they developed us from confused and intimidated to confident, knowledgeable, and fearless EMTs. We were fortunate enough to have Captain Lash share his experience and wisdom. He made mention of important characteristics that an individual must possess to achieve greatness and gain respect. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that this group of firefighters in front of you will achieve greatness and gain respect. Not because we feel like we have earned it already, not because we feel entitled, not because we sit here in commemoration for what we achieved over the past 7 months, but because of our passion, determination, dependability, focus, and pride. The passion to make a difference. The passion to be the best at what we do. The passion for leading by example. The determination to never quit no matter what the odds are stacked against us, and to persevere through all adversity. The dependability to be what we are supposed to be with the utmost integrity and willingness to give everything we've got, even our lives, to accomplish our tasks. The focus to maintain a good work ethic and not grow lazy and complacent. the focus to stay humble and remain teachable, the pride to walk tall and confident as we represent this department, the pride to be trendsetters as we are responsible for respecting tradition, yet supporting and driving positive change to better community and firefighter relations in an ever-evolving society by embracing social differences and embracing diversity. The pride to stay motivated and motivate others because we believe in our purpose. We are like lions, a beast that is a symbol which represents strength, ability, confidence, and respect. And ironically, when in a group are referred to as a pride. A group of lions was labeled in ancient history as a pride due to their stately qualities, strength, and regality. We too can be referred to as a pride, not simply because of the dynamic qualities each one of us possess, but because we are dignified, energetic, bold, and professional. We know this is only the beginning, and we cannot wait to make our mark. We are Class 101, and we are here to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Firefighter Pickney. Ironically enough, he did follow the rules that I told him. That is brief for Firefighter Pickney. It is now my honor to introduce the Battalion Chief of Training, Battalion Chief Sean Devlin.
Thank you. First, let me begin by thanking all the family and friends, just as every other speaker has. You've shown your support to these newly sworn-in firefighters, and I know I speak on the entire Division of Fire when I extend my sincere gratitude and appreciation for all you've done for your loved ones while they're in the training academy. I am honored to have been their battalion chief during the 34 weeks of training. Mr. Mayor, Safety Director, and Council President, I am confident in putting these 34 men out on our streets alongside the more than 1,500 great men and women of the Division of Fire. As the speakers before me have pointed out, as you begin your career as a member of the Division of Fire, you will impact lives of the citizens and the visitors to the city of Columbus during their worst times. This is expected of you. This is what we trained you for. However, the impact you will have goes way beyond that, way beyond the 911 call response. It will be at times when it's not expected from you. It will also be at times when you don't even realize you're doing it. Remember a few days ago I told you that a successful career is not only doing what is expected of you, but also doing what is not expected. About 3 years ago, I was summoned down to our front desk in this building. I had a visitor. When I went down there, I was greeted by a man dressed in a very nice suit, pacing back and forth in our lobby. And he turned to me and said, "Mr. Devlin?" In which I replied, "That depends. If you're here to hit me or sue me, then no, he works in the building across the way. His name is Chief Paxton." The man chuckled and looked directly at me and then at my name on my uniform. I wasn't getting out of this one. He asked me if I remembered him, and still clueless and now very anxious to see what I got myself into, I said, "No, but I'm sure I didn't mean to do whatever you're here to tell me I did." He said, "About 12 years prior, you changed my life, and I'm here to repay you." I said, "Oh, yeah, I meant to do that." He started to fill me in with the much-needed details, and I quickly remembered the encounter, but I didn't remember anything that I did that would change his life. It was not long after I was sitting where you are sitting today. I was on my way into work, and I stopped into Kroger to pick a few things up, probably ice cream. As I was in line, there was a young father and his 2 children, a boy and a girl. As the clerk was swiping his things through the scanner, this father was so focused on the cash register and acted very nervously, I really paid attention to what he was doing. The young father seemed like there was never going to be a near to the end of his order. and he started pulling things off, and I was trying to figure out, wondering what he was doing. There were some things like orange juice tissues and some other things like that, as I recall. One of the children, though, the girl, she replied and said, "Daddy, why aren't you buying the medicine? You're sick." And he said, "I'll be all right. I'll get it next time." Well, then the clerk gave him the total, and I finally realized what he was doing. He was pulling the things off that were his and keeping the stuff that were there for the children, milk, bread, cereal, and there was 2 treats in that order. He started pulling out his money, which only consisted of a couple bills and a lot of change, and he looked at me and said, "Sorry, this is going to take a little longer than I thought." And I said, "Hey, no problem. I'm in no hurry." He didn't have enough. Then he looked at his order, and he looked at the clerk, and he had pulled a couple of things off, and 2 of those things were those treats. And you should have seen the look in this little girl's eyes. It was devastating. I said to myself, no way is this going to happen when I'm standing here. I immediately told the clerk to bring everything up and told her not to leave anything out, including those 2 treats. It wasn't anything big, less than $15, and he said that I also threw in a gift card. I don't quite remember that, but that's what he said. The young father turned to me and said he could not accept my money, but thanked me anyhow. I said, "Good, you're not. Kroger is. Deal with it." That girl seemed like she just won the trip to Disney. We both went on our way, and I really never thought much about it after that day. While I was standing in the lobby, I asked him, "How'd you track me down?" He said he remembered my name from my uniform. There's my name. You can't do anything without your name being on your uniform. He proceeded to hand me a $100 bill in a box, which he opened and pulled out a ceramic fire hydrant cookie jar filled with Cheryl's cookies. I told him the total was nowhere near $100. He said it was interest. And I said, "Well, hell, who needs deferred comp?" He kept on insisting, and I finally told him I could not accept the money based on ethical reasons. But the next time he sees our MDA fill the boot or a military charity organization, just donate it to that cause in my name. He agreed. I said, "However, that cookie jar is not going to fit in that boot. I'll find a home for that." I said I was ethical, not stupid. It still sits on my kitchen counter today, but doesn't stay filled very long. Still not sure what I did to change his life. He proceeded to tell me and explain to me that after that encounter in Kroger, he felt so bad not to be able to provide even 2 little treats to his kids. It was a very low point in his life. He told me that he wanted to do better for his children, and he knew unless he did something, that would never happen. He's since finished his GED, earned his bachelor's and master's degree in business, and is doing very well in the business world. He said he makes sure that a portion of his time is spent mentoring young fathers, and will keep paying it forward as I did for him. I explained to him, it wasn't me that changed his life, it was him. He had to want to do it, and it seemed like he was able to do that. He saw things differently, and who was I to argue? His kids are doing great. He told me that his son wants to be his public servant. I excitedly asked, "A firefighter?" And to my great disappointment, he said, "No, a police officer." What can I say? I only had 5 minutes with him. I'm not a miracle worker. I then said to the father, "At least there's still hope for your daughter." So as you can see, you will not only impact the lives of our citizens when you are expected to, but will also impact them when you're not expected to and when you least expect it. The things that seem little to you can turn out to be a huge impact on someone else. One of my favorite authors is Mark Twain. He once said, 2 most important days of a person's life is the day he was born and the day he figures out why. The day this young father came to me and thanked me helped me figure out the why part. Some of you might have already had that moment in your lives, but some of you will find that moment during your new career as a firefighter. Remember, everything you do from now on as a member of the Division of Fire, good or bad, will impact others somewhere, somehow, and might even impact you in some way. My best to all of you and your families. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Battalion Chief Devlin. We would now like to recognize individual recruits for their accomplishments during the training academy. The first presentation is for the highest overall academic average. The recruits took 25 tests during the 34 weeks. Firefighter William Greenwalt is receiving the academic award for highest overall score with a 94%. The next presentation is for top physical fitness. PT is performed on a daily basis during the 34 weeks. At the end of the academy, a final PT test is conducted consisting of push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, a 1.5 mile run, and a stair climb event. Firefighter David Baker is receiving the Top Physical Fitness Award. In December, the Division of Fire lost firefighter Brandon O'Keefe. Firefighter Brandon O'Keefe was a part of the TA staff prior to his passing. While he taught each one of us many lessons as an instructor, he will be most remembered for his determination, compassion, and leadership as a recruit. The phrase, "not an ordinary man," was often used to describe firefighter O'Keefe. These characteristics are what made him the greater human than an ordinary man. We would like to acknowledge the recruit that shares the same determination, compassion, and leadership as firefighter O'Keefe. With me to present the award is firefighter Brandon O'Keefe's wife, Karen O'Keefe. The Brandon O'Keefe Not an Ordinary Man Award goes to firefighter Shane Brintlinger. Before we conclude the ceremony, we do have one more award, and at this time I would ask Lieutenant George Fulcher to take to the stage. We'd like to recognize Lieutenant George Fulcher for his service to the Columbus Division of Fire, and especially his recruit fire graduation. Lieutenant Fulcher has been a part of this ceremony as we see today for over 15 years. So, Lieutenant Fulcher, on behalf of the TA staff, we'd like to thank you and present them with the Golden Mustache Award. This is the conclusion of our ceremony today. Please stand and remain standing while the firefighters exit. I will now have Father Leo Conley do the benediction.
Before I do the benediction, I only have one question, and that is, after all the miles that we heard that you ran and steps that you climbed and all the different things that you were put through, and you thanked your families for the support, how could you have possibly had any complaints after all the wonderful things that we've heard? Wonderful things are in store for you, but challenging things will be in store for you as well. You will see people at their best, and you will see people at their worst. You will be confronted with the power that human beings have both to help one another and also, unfortunately, to harm one another. We rely on powers and gifts greater than ourselves. We rely on the gifts of others, and we rely on the gifts of our higher power, whoever or whatever that might be. And so we constantly seek strength from other sources. And may you always be willing to share your strength with others. And so we pray, may the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back, the sun shine warmly upon your face, the rain fall gently upon your fields. Until we meet again, may our higher power, our God, always hold you within the palm of his hand. Amen.
Left, right,